The fire broke out underneath the M1 highway bridge in Johannesburg a week ago. The lower level of the bridge remains closed. A senior bridge specialist was appointed to help with the rehabilitation work. About 10 million rand will be spent on the road works, long-term and short-term.
We found spalling on the structure, especially the beams of the structure on M1. We also found melted aluminium. The melted aluminium, if you know the melting point of aluminium, that's like 600 plus 660 degrees Celsius. I usually say in layman terms, if you have such a temperature and you need 100 degrees Celsius to boil your water, that is more than 6 times the temperature you need to boil your water. That temperature caused the cracking, what we call thermal cracking on the beams of the structure.
The bridge fire also negatively impacted electricity supply after damage to some electricity infrastructure. Although all the transformers remain intact, about 9 massive cables are being replaced. 23 million rand has been set aside for the restoration work, expected to be concluded by the 20th of May.
We have to, at this moment, try to make sure that we get customers going through temporary means of the interconnectors. So the interconnectors will be connected from the Bramfontein substation to Fort substation. So underground, that Bramfontein area, we've got tunnels that also, that's where our cables are moving. They go up and go through underground as well. And it's the type of work that we're doing.
Is this a syndicate? I think that was the core of the question. It is syndicated, and it is not isolated to this specific incident. You will have to appreciate that from a national government perspective, the government has established what we call the Non-Ferrous Metal Crime Combating Committee that seeks to address this particular issue across the whole country.
The bridge was constructed in the 1970s. Some upgrades were done in 2018-2019. Inspecting the bridge, the city manager emphasized the need to protect vital infrastructure assets in the metro.
Issues with regard to vandalism and sabotage, we believe it's quite hectic, and it's real. We see it in the city of Johannesburg like any other city that we would have seen. We are working quite closely. Even in this one, we started to work with the SABC team, but we believe it's quite bigger and more dynamic than what we thought. These particular incidents like this, it really puts a strain on the coffers of the city, because some of this work we would not have budgeted for it, and now we need to prioritize and reprioritize within our own budgets.
The left lane of the road remains closed as rehabilitation work continues. The city aims to conclude the project just before the end of this month. Patricia Fasagi, SABC News in Johannesburg.